say this is pretty much the Fox universe trying to finally fold into the MCU in a lot of ways. So this is picking up a lot of from what Loki season 2 ended with, with the TVA and all that. So like some of the theories is, Deadpool trying to save his universe, so he might have to be the one to assassinate somebody, kind of like the Loki character was and stuff. But I love it. I mean, we finally see fucking Yellow Suit Wolverine. In the trailer, we did get to see Lady Deathstrike, who was in X-Men 2, which was really cool. We probably saw Toad and I think Azazel, who was like who's apparently was in First Class and shit. Also apparently Nightcrawler's dad. So you're seeing a bunch of these mutants. You're seeing everyone like that's in the void. You see like Ant-Man's suit they're coming out of and stuff. So like you're seeing all these different. I think on the car they showed like an emblem of Iron Man's face, which I thought was really cool. It's like, okay, so you're actually getting the MCU integrated with Wolverine now, and it doesn't feel cheap, doesn't feel forced. This is also one of them things where I'm like, I know people complain about fan service or like, oh, that's all they're leaning on, but it's like, I don't care. Like, we got to see the 3 Spider-Mans together. We got to see Toby, Andrew, and Tom do, and it was a great movie. I don't care what anyone keeps trying to rewrite history and be like, it wasn't all that. It's like, that was probably one of the better movies that came out in all of Phase 4, period. Yeah. So I got all the faith in this one. And 2, I don't think they compromised like the integrity of Deadpool. It feels like they went the gory route. Like, you see them going crazy. So I'm ready for this shit. I don't know what you thought.
Yeah, I wouldn't even like the whole thing about, oh, they're just doing this for fan service. Well, they made an entire show called She-Hulk, which was like a middle finger to every fan. Like, that's literally the end of the show, was just like, this is really pissing y'all off, isn't it? Like, that was the entirety of the show, was an anti-fan service kind of thing. So it's kind of okay if they do this. I thought it looked good. I did think like they did kind of, it seemed to me from the trailer, they are really kind of leaning on the like, oh, this is going to be the movie that saves Marvel or is like trying to save Marvel or whatever. Like, they're leaning into that heavy. I don't know that it'll do that, just because the tone of Deadpool, which I like, is so different from like the rest of the MCU. It's like, unless you make your whole fucking universe like hard, like, or at least like soft R whatever kind of world, I don't know that how well that's going to work. I think, again, this can do well on its own, but trying to depend on this as like a revival of Marvel, I don't know how that's going to go. Other than that, I thought, I mean, it looks really good. Hugh Jackman's back on the juice. You love to see it. Man. Like, his arms look fucking insane in that fucking costume. Like, his shoulders are capped. The man is 65 years old for sure. Like, he's back on the roids. So that's always good to see. And I mean, again, the story generally looks good. I honestly barely remember the last like Deadpool. How is his wife alive again? How is that?
So this is supposed to be like another timeline. And like at the end of Deadpool 2, he was like killing off everything. If you remember, it was kind of like a parody. So you can almost look at Deadpool 2 as him getting that one device where he was like transversing through all those universes. He kills his original Deadpool. Remember that? Like the X-Men Origins, he kills himself in that movie.
So I remember that. Yeah, okay. All right.
All of that shit, it was kind of like a parody, but now it's like we're actually going to give this parody character that's always breaking the fourth wall. I almost feel like everything you address right there, like how is this tone going to match? Yeah. That's probably something they're going to say. Right. Like I think they even said it in the trailer where he was like, they don't allow us to do cocaine or something like that. Well, the MCU or Disney's not going to let us do that. Like, they literally addressed the thought that people might be thinking it might not match its own. I do still think maybe they'll, like, I can't see Deadpool interacting with, I don't know, who is even happening right now in Phase 4? Like, what are some of the characters out?
Miss
like
Marvel or some shit? Like,
yeah, I can't see them interacting, but I maybe could see, and this is a theory that's out there, that like the way that all these characters that are in the void, they're kind of like variants of characters that are like from deleted timelines or deleted universes, that this is what's going to kind of lead to the Secret Wars and stuff. So you're going to get these like anchors, like the Hugh Jackman Wolverine. Potentially there's this big rumor of the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, coming together in this like other big bad fight or something like that. So there's those are characters I can see like Wolverine or Deadpool interacting with, and I could still kind of see them isolating the X-Men. But I don't know how much the X-Men can really be like with their level of action. Like, you're watching X-Men 97, they're offing people in this shit. They're not. This isn't like,
but so when
like
you
plot
say
armor, you'll survive.
When you say that whole Civil War thing and like Wolverine and Spider-Man or whatever, that's not in this movie. You're saying that would be for the future.
Yeah, for the future.
So, but then the problem with that is like Hugh Jackman's not. I thought this is his like last time. You're saying he'd be willing to sign up for like multiple more movies doing this shit? I don't think so.
I don't know, and I could be wrong too, because they the way they're framing this is as like the one last fight again, which is like
so it's like unless they do some like multiverse, like, oh, this version of Wolverine's gonna die, and then they introduce a younger version of him, recast or whatever, which I'd be fine with at this point, by the way.
Yeah, I can see that.
This is the longest standing superhero.
Yeah.
He's been playing Wolverine for 24 years, dude. When you really think about it,
Motherfucker wants to go back to Broadway. Let him go.
Let him go back to Broadway.
He
wants
put out
to
some
sing.
Really
He wants to
on
dance.
HBO. I try to like it too. I was like, what the hell
I
is
hope
this
they
shit?
do that. I hope they do bring like Deadpool into that universe, and he like has a scene with Captain Marvel, and he's just staring at her chest the entire time.
See, I mean, you would at least admit it. Like,
Yeah.
tell whatever
Like
was
that,
thinking and shit.
90% of the marketing for the Marvels was that scene of Captain Marvel in that tank top. Like that was like 90% of the fucking marketing.
Well, it ain't work on me. Fuck all that, son. I ain't watching no movie, women-led movie. What are we talking about? But no, I mean, I really am excited for this, because if this is
Looks
gonna
good.
be that, if this is finally how we're gonna see them integrate with anyone in the MCU, I do want to see, like, I kind of do want to see a Spider-Man and Deadpool interaction, like in some capacity. I want to see how that'll pan out. Or if we might see something in the Secret War, like we see an aged Toby come back or something like that. Like we're getting a Wolverine. This is the third end of the world Wolverine story we've gotten. We got that in Apocalypse, we got that in Logan, and now for the third time, all the mutants are dead. And see that. So I don't know, man. But yeah, I mean, there's also one last rumor was that there's a rumor now also with X-Men 97 and how that show might in some way tie into the MCU.